give me a short Michael Burns?
I thought you didn't have a name. Now on the stage of the 2020 Media Day is Donoho High School. Donoho competes in 1A Region 5. The region opponents are Raglan, Talladega County Central, Victory Christian, Wadley, Winterboro, and Woodland High School. Their coach is Mark Sanders, and so at this time we will start, Coach Sanders, with your opening comments.
Hello, everyone. Thank y'all for inviting us today and for putting this on for us. We're looking really forward to having a great season this year. As long as it'll last. And, we're just keeping our prayers up for that everybody's going to be as safe as they can, wear a mask out in public as much as they can, and just really put hygiene number one and keep this thing going as long as we can. Football is just a great part of our society. I love the game. I love what it teaches young men. I love what it teaches us coaches through these young men, and the whole communities are affected by all of this in every aspect. And we're just really hoping this thing lasts a while and we get to do what we love. And I'm sure all you guys do too as well. But our team, we're looking pretty good right now, and I think in addition to the last 2 years we have great success. Our guys are just continuing to try to work hard to build on that. We've got some guys that have come on the team that are going to be able to help us out in different areas. We're returning some good starters on both sides of the ball. We have lost 20 seniors in the last 2 years, and that has kind of put it down, hurt us a little bit. And but the work ethic that our guys have and the work they put in so far is really going to make up for it. And I ask our guys all the time, what do you want your legacy to be at Donoho? And these seniors, and they show us every year. They put the work in. They respond to us well. And, they just love the game of football. They love each other. We try to create a very family-oriented atmosphere around us where we preach love and just taking care of each other, holding each other accountable for different things, and we just want to make sure that the guy next to us is doing his part at all times, and they love each other. Our guys love each other. They love to play for each other. As far as my guys that I have that are going to be coming back, Rich Hopkins will be, right now him and Amari here to my left is they're our two guys that are working the quarterback spot right now. Ridge had a shoulder surgery back in February. He's had a long recovery from that, but he's going to be ready to go by the season. Amari's been working a little bit at quarterback just in case anything happens, and we're just hoping that his recovery goes all the way through in full, and he's good to go soon. But Amari, he's probably one of the best athletes I've ever coached, honestly, and he's getting some look at by some colleges, and I can put him anywhere on the field. It doesn't matter. He's going to help us out. Justin to my right, most experienced lineman I have on the team this year. Big dominating presence up there, and I know he's going to lead his guys right now on the field the way he's supposed to, and he's doing it in the weight room as well. So Connor Goodson is another guy that's going to step up for us this year. He was our second leading tackler on the team last year, and split a little time at a little bit of running back and some tight end. We look forward to big things from him. Grant Steed, he's the last of the Steed legacy at Donoho, and he's done great things on both sides of the ball. Where amassing some good interceptions last year and breaking through on some great runs for us last year and catching the ball. He's going to help us out a lot. We got a few newcomers that I think are really going to step up and make a big difference for us. A guy named Spencer Wigley at receiver this year in corner. He's a basketball player that transferred in last year, and he's gonna do some big things for us. And we got Tyler Allen. He's going to be a junior this year. He was kind of plagued by injuries last year. He was a starter last year on the offensive line and was playing center. He's good dominating presence. He's short, stocky, got a great base on the offensive line. He can do whatever I ask him to do. He's very smart. defensively as well. He's got great get off and good hands. And there's guys all over the field that I know that we're going to be able to count on. And we're just ready to play football. And we're just excited to get this thing going on Monday.
Coach, questions to start with. This is for Amari and Judson. Because of the success the last 2 years of your seniors ahead of you, what kind of standard has that set for this year, and what type of pressure or expectations does that put on you guys to carry the load this year? We'll start with you, Judson.
I think for me, it's not really a pressure. I think it's more of a challenge for me to like stay up to the expectations that coaches put for us and the seniors before us, and I just expect to do the same. Honestly, do better than what they have set for us.
I agree with Justin. I take it as a challenge. I want to have an undefeated season if we can. I'm gonna go as far as we can during the season, and we just want to have like great leadership, and we got some great athletes that I feel like we can do that with.
Coach Sanders, talk about the new alignment this year. I know the last couple of years, Spring Garden and Donoho's come down to that. Tell us in your regions, maybe something that we didn't know about some of the regional opponents who's been playing pretty good ball late.
I mean, Wadley is, they're replacing, Wadley and Woodland are replacing Spring Garden and Appalachia in our region. Wadley has always had a great program. Another coach told me that they're pretty young right now, but what coach doesn't say that? And but no, we're really looking forward to playing them again. Woodland, we've had a pretty good battle with the last few years, and just all the teams in our region always stack up really well against us. And we've had good battles with them over the last few years, and we're just looking forward to it. Looking forward to be ready to go.
Mark, just what was your reaction to the announcement yesterday, the HSAA, and also the new guidelines, the best practices? Just how does that all stand up when everybody starts hitting each other?
I mean, as coaches, and I've talked to quite a few, it's kind of one of those things where we're going to do whatever we can do to the best of our ability to keep these guys from getting sick, spreading anything. But at the end of the day, it's just a toss-up right now in America. What's going to happen here, there, nobody really knows. The best thing we can do is just to keep doing what we've been doing. Just covering our faces and washing our hands. And we keep doing those things, and everybody does, then I think we're going to be okay. Hopefully.
Amari, I know you listed as a DB and a wide receiver. What's your favorite side of the ball to play on?
Defense by far.
Defense by far.
Yes, sir.
Elaborate on that.
When I play defense, I'm on an island, and I feel like whoever I'm gonna go against, I'm gonna try my best not to lose. I can take it as a challenge for someone to even line up in front of me.
Justin, go ahead. Same for you.
I'd have to say offense. I'm more of a family guy myself. I feel like when I'm on offense, I'm more of a protector for my quarterback and for my running back, and I feel like it's more of a family aspect of the game.
Marcus, assuming Ridge is healthy, just how much did he grow from last year, you think, and what are you expecting out of him this year? And then Amari, same question about Ridge. Just what's it like working with him, quarterback receiver?
Ridge is very special. And, I say that in multiple ways. He's been playing quarterback spot since 7th grade. You never really know what he's going to do. And I really love that about him. As coaches, we try to make our quarterbacks mechanical, and I've tried, but he's just a very special player. He sees things unfold sometimes that normal people wouldn't see. But he's grown a lot, and his speed is up, his awareness is up, and now he's starting to understand that those little mechanical things are going to come into play big time this year. And he's been working on it, so he's growing. And and Amari, right there with him, Amari gives us such a different flavor of offense in different areas, and I can use him wherever I want, and it's just going to be explosive every time. He's that kind of athlete. He's got a determination to get the ball downfield, to make guys miss, and he does it every time he gets the ball. It's pretty spectacular to watch.
This is for Judson and Amari. I know you take 1 week at a time, but looking at the schedule, who's your most anticipated opponent to play this year? Who are you looking forward to playing?
I'm looking forward to play White Plains.
Got friends there or something? Or?
I'm looking forward to play White Plains because they're 4A, and I know a couple people there that I want to play against.
Okay.
I just want to stack our ability up against theirs.
That's a tall order, but you can do it, Justin.
I'd have to say the same thing. I just want the challenge of playing a bigger school. We always get talked down on because of our size. I just want to show that we can like stand up with a bigger school.
Well, Donoho and White Plains both have an Anniston address, so I can see that being a neighborhood. Any other questions here? Yes.
Amari, same as earlier, just working with Ridge, how did that develop between the two of you last year? And then, Coach talked about you possibly playing some quarterback this year. Just talk about that.
Well, Rich has been my quarterback since I've been at Donoho, except for 1 year. The amount of times I've seen him mess up and the amount of times I've seen him grow as a quarterback is tremendous. I can honestly run any route and he can put it there right on the money. And as far as me playing quarterback this year, I feel like I can do it if I put my mind to it. I'm just out there to help the team wherever I can. If I have to block on the line, that's what I'll do.
Question right here.
Guys, when we ended football for a little while for you, what kind of communication did you have with your coach? Did he call you at home? Did he bring y'all together? What was that like, and how did it keep you motivated to, get yourself ready for when and if this came about? And even both of you can answer that.
Coach, we have our little group chat, our football group chat. He sent us encouraging messages every day, even when we got out of school. It just pushed our whole team to go out and do more work, even when no one's watching.
I'd say the same as Mari, and then we'd have our Zooms, like just for Coach to talk to us about like what happened last year, what we could improve on, and just small things like that.
Coach, what about you? What was your thought process? How do I bring that together? It's completely different than what you're used to, because I'm assuming before you just brought them all in a room and gave them your spiel.
Well, as a coach, you always want your players to. You always want them to be able to go out on their own and do things anyway. The best thing that you would want in a player is to be able to have that guy go out and work on his own. And if you can get a football team full of guys like that, then when they come back together, it makes it so much easier. And we've got quite a few guys like that. I'm blessed to be where I'm at, and I'm blessed to have the team that I have. And these guys, they like to win, and they realize that they're a 1A school, a smaller school, but they don't play like it, and they show me every day that they got a big potential, in all kinds of ways. So I love these guys, and I can't wait to see what they do this year.
Final question. What's the biggest hole or gap to fill this year versus last year?
I'll probably say our offensive and defensive lines, just because we've had, I said that we've lost 20 seniors over the last 2 years. And, a lot of those guys are on the line, and they had a lot of experience. A lot of those guys, were starting for Donoho when I was the head coach of Victor Christian. I was coaching against them, and they started from 8th and 9th grade up. And so they developed a good chemistry up front. They were able to communicate very well, and my hope is that we can fill that hole very well, because that's, to me, I played offensive line at Alabama, and I feel like if you've got a great line, then you've got a great football team. And that's just been evident throughout the history of football. So if we can get these guys communicating up front and doing their job to the best of their ability, then I think our season is going to shape up pretty good.
Let's wrap it up by having final thoughts from the two players, and then Coach Sanders, you give us your final thoughts. Justin?
I think honestly, it's just a family aspect. We have to stay together, build that team chemistry even more than where we have, and just trust God throughout the whole season. Trust that He'll keep us safe and let us play the whole season.
I feel the same way. I feel like even though we missing a lot from last year and the year before that, I feel like this year's team, we have more heart than we have ever had before. And I feel like since we're an underdog, we're going to go out and play to our best of our ability.
I just want to thank you guys and thank the quarterback club in Calhoun County and all the media guys. We appreciate y'all having us again today. And, we just hope and pray that Donoho football will continue to make headlines and the more you guys are around talking to us, then we know we're doing something right. So, we want to keep you guys around and we're looking forward to it. It's going to be one heck of a year and it's probably one of the most interesting football seasons ever in the history of man. So we'll see what happens.
Very well said. Good luck to